Hi guys, it's your girl Aisha Amza, and our topic for today is particulate nature of matter. I'm sure we are all familiar with the word matter. When they say matter, what comes to mind as scientists, and that is the thought for today. Before I proceed, the followings are what we are going to be learning for today. What is matter, state of matter, properties of matter, physical and chemical changes. Now let's get started. What is matter? Matter is everything around you. Matter is something that is made up of atoms and molecules. Matter is basically anything that has mass and occupies space. By these definitions, I'm sure you are all going to agree with me that the universe is literally made up of matter. Starting from the food you eat, the water you drink, the trees around us, the houses, even you yourself as a human, you are a matter yourself. States of matter. There are three main physical states of matter, and these include we have the solid state, we have the liquid state, and the gaseous state. Solid state. Solid is the simplest state of matter, and it has three main properties. It has a definite shape, it has a definite volume, and a definite mass. Solid has a definite shape and it takes up the amount of space. The particles in the solid state are close together and move around at one point. These neat and even stalks of particles give solid its definite shapes. Liquid state. Liquid is the most ever-changing state of matter, and it has three main properties, which include 1. No definite shapes. It has a definite mass, and it also has a definite volume. Liquid has no definite shapes, but it always takes up the shapes of its container. Liquid takes a definite amount of space, and the particle in the liquid state slide and slip around each other, bumping into the container walls, thereby giving the liquid the shape of the container. Lastly, the gaseous state. Gaseous state is the last state of matter and is the most complex of all. It also has three main properties, and these include 1. No definite shape. The particle moves fast. They have no definite shapes. Secondly, they have no definite mass. They have no definite mass in the sense that the particles do not stay close to each other. And lastly, the particles do not have definite volume because the gas will always fill its container, and once the container is opened, the particle moves out. Changes of matter. There are 6 phase changes of state of matter, and this includes we have the melting, freezing, sublimation, deposition, evaporation, and condensation. Melting. Melting is a situation whereby a substance changes directly from the solid state to the liquid state. Example is the melting of ice. We also have freezing. Freezing is a situation whereby a substance changes directly from the liquid state to the solid state. Example is freezing of water at a particular temperature. Then we also have sublimation. Sublimation is when a substance changes directly from the solid state to the gaseous state without passing through the liquid state. Example is eating of iodine. Then we have deposition. Deposition is a situation whereby the gas or substance change directly from the gaseous state to the solid state. Example is the formation of frost. We also have evaporation. Evaporation is when a liquid a substance change from the liquid state to the gaseous state. Example is the heating of salt water. When salt water is being heated, it evaporated. The water evaporated, leaving the salt behind. Then we also have the condensation. Condensation is when substance change from the gaseous state to the liquid state. Now, properties of matter. Substance can be identified by their characteristics. The characteristics they possess. And these characteristics are called the property. There are two main properties of matter, which are, we have the physical properties and the chemical properties. Physical properties. The way we feel, looks, smells, and taste are all physical properties. These are the properties that can be easily dictated by our senses, such as color, the odor, and the taste of a substance. It's easy to classify matters based on these characteristics. But some common physical properties that are used to differentiate matters includes: 1. We have the density, we have the crystalline form, we have the hardness, we have the malleability, melting and boiling point, and we also have the solubility. And I'm going to pull us through some of it. We have malleability. Malleability is how easily something can be flattened, pressed, or shaped. Then we also have the melting and boiling point. The melting point is the temperature at which a substance melts, while the boiling point is the temperature at which a substance boils. Solubility. Solubility is how easily something dissolves in water. The dissolution of something such as salt or chalk in water. Chemical properties. Chemical properties describe the ability of substance to undergo chemical changes. The changes it undergo, it might be reversible or irreversible. Example, we have flammability. Flammability is how easily something catches fire or lights on fire. Then we have reactivity, how it reacts with oxygen, with water, nitrogen, ammonia, and the likes, etc. Physical and chemical changes. Physical changes is one that is related to physical properties and is defined as a change that is easily reversed and no new substances are formed. For example, we have the dissolution of salt in water. The dissolution of salt in water is a good example of physical change because there is no formation of new substance and the solution can be easily reversed. We also have the freezing of water. The freezing of water is also a good example, so also as well as melting of ice. It's also a good example of physical changes. We also have chemical changes. Chemical changes is the one that is related to chemical properties and is defined as a change that is not easy to reverse, and it leads to the formation of new substances. For example, burning of firewood. Imagine trying to change ash back to firewood. It's not easy at all. Then we also have rusting of iron. When iron is exposed to water and air, it leads to the rustication of iron, and it leads to the formation of new substances, which is rusting, which cannot be easy to reverse back to the iron. Then we also have the ripening of fruits. It's also a good example of chemical changes. Difference between physical and chemical changes. There are several differences between the physical and chemical changes. One is physical changes are easy to reverse, while chemical changes are not. Physical changes produces no new substances, while chemical changes, it leads to the formation of new substances. Chemical changes, in chemical changes, there is change in the mass of substance involved, while in physical changes, there is no change in the mass of substance involved. Classification of matter. Matter is classified into three. We have the elements, compounds, and mixture. Elements. Element is a substance that cannot be split into smaller units by an ordinary chemical process. Example, we have iron, oxygen, hydrogen, fluorine, chlorine, halogen, lead, silicon. And these elements, they are grouped by the periodic table into 8 main groups. Then we also have compound. Compound is a substance which contains 2 or more elements chemically combines together. Example is water. Water is a combination of hydrogen and oxygen. Ethanol is a combination of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Limestone is the combination of calcium, carbon, and oxygen. And common salt is the combination of sodium and chlorine. Then we also have mixture. Mixture consists of 2 or more constituents which can be easily separated by physical methods. Example is we have milk, we have Coca-Cola, we have blood, and urine. And among the constituents of milk, we have sugar, water, fat, protein, mineral salts. Also, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola consists of water, sugar, carbon dioxide, Coca-Cola concentrate. And blood. Blood consists of, we have water, sugar, mineral salts, hormones, enzymes, hemoglobin, plasma, blood cells, etc. While urine consists of urea, mineral salt, and water. And this will be the ends of our thoughts for today. Thanks for listening.